with the workflow, do you think that it's now this might be the year where it might threaten more jobs? AI might threaten more human jobs?
That is a great question, because the workflows are becoming much more advanced and much more reliable and predictable with their outcomes. So
Okay.
that's allowing companies to say, hey, I'm comfortable now implementing them. Good companies are taking their good people and repurposing them to something else that makes sense. There's
Yeah.
an older story about IKEA who released their Billy chatbot to handle their customer service questions. And then all the people who were on customer service, they put them on like interior design consult calls.
The Podical Sons.
What's up, everybody? I'm Marvelous.
And I'm not your average Joseph.
And we are the Podical Sons. Let's start the show. This show is hilariously inappropriate, but intellectual beyond belief.
Here, here.
Let's get it popping. Like, comment, subscribe, all the above, all streaming platforms possible at Podical Sons Podcast on the socials. And on streaming platforms, just search Podical Sons Podcast. 1S, not regular sun.
Don't accept the cheap imitations.
Accept no cheap imitations.
Don't accept the cheap imitations.
Don't let these bootlegs catch up to you and stuff, whatever. You're witnessing the greatness. Let's get it popping. We got Blue in the house.
Blue.
Yeah, it was good.
What's popping? What's popping?
You know, maintaining, keeping it moving, trying to stay alive.
I see you got Wooly too.
Oh yeah,
I like that for you.
A lot of work from home right now, so I don't have to get all kind of cut up, so I could just be home.
So you let it just wolf. So I'll be like,
yeah.
As you see, I'm letting it flow my damn self since like November.
I might just have a hoodie on. That's it.
Yeah, that's it, man.
That's
Just
it.
get your hoodie, get your beard out. Yo, you know you survive. But like this, I'll tell you this though. For the past, since I've been letting everything just grow, I don't even miss my scarf. All of this is keeping me warm right here. And it's crazy too, because I was like, damn, I haven't grabbed my scarf in a minute. Then I try to grab my scarf,
right,
and the scarf started pulling off the hairs on my neck.
I was gonna ask you, are you feeling like just not only the scarf, but other like clothing that you would wear close to your neckline? Are you feeling stuff like that? Pull, is it just
blessed.
the scarf?
Now I'm blessed because most of my stuff cut off like right here.
Yeah.
I'm over a crew neck kind of dude. You see the first time I wore a turtleneck.
Right.
That was when I wore the turtleneck, right? But that's not really my scope. I'm a hoodie and dude kind of, after hours of work, I throw the button-ups on and throw the khakis and everything, whatever.
Right.
But this is my job. I run this one. I don't run that one. I build somebody else's dream, so I got to dress to their liking there.
I hear you.
But yeah, man. So we gonna talk the things and stuff like that. And Blue's here with us, and he's gonna keep us on what's up to date on what we need to know within the tech world. So, folks, don't get scared. Just get a pen and pad, and we're gonna get to it and stuff for that. But let's cook with the polls and stuff first, folks. Smooth, Blue, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Let's do it.
First poll of the week. It was kind of an alley-oop to last week's show about wedding rings, and the poll was, what does a wedding ring mean to you? And we had the choices were off limits and a challenge. What do you think the poll got, Smooth?
Off limits?
Off limits came in at 88%.
88%.
You feel the same way, Blue?
Hey, I voted for off limits, man. It's an easy signifier because what else is the ring for besides that? You know what I mean?
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
But then, according to what Smooth was saying some people like a challenge when they see a ring.
Well, it's interesting, right? Because it's about environment as well. Because if they got the upside down pineapples on now, if y'all know what that means,
I don't.
You gotta explain that.
Well, there's a folk tale, and some say it's true, some say it's not. When you go on cruises, if you look for an upside down pineapple on a door, those people are almost inviting you in, like on a vampire vibe, if you know what I'm saying. So they have a
Swingers.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like it's supposedly a known thing, right?
Ding-a-ling.
Right.
So I heard now in certain swinger worlds, right? One homegirl I know, she lives out there and stuff, whatever, in like an Ottawa neck of the woods. And she said that her neighbors openly came up to them and stuff and kind of like, her and her husband.
Yeah.
Yo, what's going on? Like, if you guys want to swing, that's our thing. And they're like, no, they're cool. But they're like, how do you know who's swinging? And they said a Tide powder soapbox is in the window. So they said each year or throughout the time, they rotate and would change the items to let other swingers know, like, hey,
This
it's
is the
okay
spot.
to party
Right.
over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
So
is like
your pineapple, your upside down pineapple, I'm adding that with the Thai box.
yeah. There's probably a bunch of them, right? I remember there were one talking about the black stars on people's houses used to be one, the barn stars, and all these different so-called signs for swingers and other, nefarious activities.
I see a lot of black
Various
stars on
activities.
barns when I head out to Owen Sound.
right. But
So,
yeah,
so the poll
definitely.
set with 88% of off limits, which is good. I feel like a good portion of the world should have their kind of morals and stuff intact to know for a fact that, like, I do know for a fact that a dude told me if he sees any woman at a gas station with a wedding band pumping her gas,
Right.
he's shooting a shot because she have whatless man, and it's time for him to kind of slide in because the first thing he'll say, like, if you're my woman, you'll never have to pump gas. I will go outside and do the gas thing for you.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, but she has whole husband. That's what she's wearing a band. He's like, the same way she can leave her house is the same way she can leave him. And I was like,
wow.
Challenge.
A challenge.
Challenge.
That's a challenge.
So he might be the 1% or the 12%.
That in there.
Because it's a 12%. So I don't know.
Fair enough. I can't complain on that one. I mean, it's an interesting call, right? I mean, that's like I said, environment and opportunity. It changes what the ring looks like, right?
Case in point.
Yeah.
Okay. The next poll of the week was, do you have any deceased friends? And what do you guys have any before I carry the results?
Right.
Blue?
Yeah, definitely deceased friends. I mean, coming where we come from, that was almost a yearly thing where you had somebody lost. And now, getting the age we're getting at, it's more, unfortunately, the story.
Right.
It's not a funeral. Less weddings now, more funerals, some babies.
Yeah.
But more often than not, the connect when we see the most people is at those going away parties, so to speak.
Right. That's real. You're absolutely correct.
That's real.
81% said they have deceased friends. I'd like to give a shout out to the 19% that doesn't have any deceased friends.
Yeah.
You're blessed. Spend the time with them.
Yes, definitely.
You don't know. I would say for me, even me being in my early 40s, I had a homeboy that we party every now and then when I would go home to Cleveland, and I would see him out and about, and I want to say I was more closer with his brother than because he's a twin.
Okay.
Right.
And he actually got into a car accident and stuff and died. So he didn't even get a chance to make it to 42, right?
Right.
And then I've within the past few months, I would say I've heard a lot of people, I want to say even under the age of 50, slowly but surely passing from different type of things. So it's a common thing with the numbers in the phone might not never ring again, right?
Right.
Right, exactly. I was, funny enough, getting back onto Facebook the other day, and I actually remembered a friend of mine, April, rest in peace, April, who I was like, I haven't spoken to April in 10 years. Reached out or went to look at her Facebook and saw a bunch of, hey, rest in peace, 2 years ago. She passed away, and you're like, whoa, just didn't connect, been a long time, and thought you'd reach out, and you're like, that's how easy it could be. People that you don't know or you haven't spoke to a long time, you don't know what's happened to them. So yeah, hug your loved ones and try and keep in touch with those that matter.
Well, that's interesting that you say that because I mean, me and Marv were beatboxing about it. He had asked me the question. I was telling him about a girlfriend of mine from the past lost contact with her. Like it's got to be over maybe 20 years. Found her also on Facebook, right? Caught up a quick couple messages, caught up real quick. Then I want to say maybe a week or two later, another friend of ours posted that she passed from cancer. And I'm like, she didn't even, the conversation what we're having was just catching up. She didn't even let me know none the wiser that she was going through that. So it was obviously quite the shock because I'm like, okay, we reconnect, you know what I mean? Just catch up and so forth like that. Every now and then when I see you online, I can say hi. And it's like, nah, that was the only chance that we caught up and, just reconnected. So, I mean, Marv said that's all God. And when I really truly think about it, it's like, yeah, because what are the chances? Like, I'm going to run into this person decades after
Right.
just so we can say our final goodbyes, and not knowing that we're saying our final goodbyes.
Yeah.
And timing, definitely, that's a godsend timing. But also on the tech side, of course, me being a tech guy, what a boon for social media, right? I mean, there's so many people from my past that I can at least kind of be a viewer in their life and send them a like and send them a well wish through social media that I would have lost contact with, decades ago.
Right.
And reconnecting with people and being able to be, hey, remember this? I looked up a guy's name I remembered in grade 2. His name was Ray Wen. So it was spelled Raey, and his last name was Wen, Wen. But backwards, it spells New Year, and his birthday was New Year. And I always remember that. And I looked him up. I saw him on Facebook. I was like, oh, shoot, Ray, what's up? And we kind of passed a couple of messages. And he remembered me. I remember. And this is like, 35 years ago or whatever it is. We kind of remember each other. We went to elementary school. So it was kind of funny. Like, hey, social media, I would have never met up with this guy. He lives in wherever in Europe, I think. I would have never got a chance to talk to this guy again if it wasn't for social media and this shrinking of the world through technology. So combine that with the godsend timing, those opportunities come. So it's really interesting.
I have a question. Would you go to an ex's funeral now?
Oh, just depends which ex. You know what? I wouldn't go to I might not go to the funeral depending on which ex it is, but I would make sure to go to the gravesite at some point.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking like for myself, the most I might do is like send a wreath.
Send a wreath?
Like
I might send a wreath and stuff, whatever. Like if we were cool like that.
Yeah.
Because most of my exes and stuff, whatever, I would say the mother of my son, I want her to win in life because her win is my son's win.
Right.
But the rest of the exes, they can suck a few pimple covered dicks. So I couldn't really care less. But if it was like at least a cordial, how we parted ways and decent enough, I wouldn't want to violate if there's a current guy there.
Exactly.
In the photo.
Right, I see what
because
you're saying.
my thing and stuff is I don't want to go I don't want to go there and they'd be like, oh hey, and then certain people know who I am.
Yeah.
And they greet me, then look like, yo, why you come to my woman's funeral? Be like, whoa.
Yeah,
it was just a respect thing. No violation.
Question: What if the invitation came from like the family because they knew
mother
well
or something like that, whatever.
Like
then I'd make an exception to the rule, but then I let it be known like, Mom Dukes, you got to fight this battle if he gets kind of out of pocket because I ain't coming to swing. I came here to pay respects. Right.
Yeah.
But then again, it's kind of like if, so to speak, not touch wood, but if I was seeing somebody, if I was with somebody,
right,
and then an ex popped up at the funeral, I'd be like, who the fuck is this guy? I'd be like, who is this? Like, how would you feel if your woman passed and you see one of her ex-men slide up in the funeral? So you're there like, damn, babe, I'm gonna miss you. You see nigga come up and want to kiss her hand in a coffin.
Yeah, he's going too far.
Violation, though.
If he come, he better stay way at the back.
Yeah.
By the church doors so he can make that exit real quick. Yeah.
So if I see him, I'm like, yo, he look like that old photo I saw on one of her stuff.
Yeah, he could
I'm like, stay right there, my guy. Stay over there. And I'm gonna let her cook. But if I see him come up to the coffin, because I see some wild stuff.
Yeah, I see some wild stuff.
So if I see the man go to the coffin and stuff, they're like, I will always love you. Some Erica Kirk shit? Yo, it's a wrap.
Yeah, stay in the back of the club, man. Don't bring the DJ.
You know I was gonna jab at Erica. Don't make it seem like come on. Now. Charlie hasn't been in the dirt for that long, and shout out to JD.
I've been trying to get him to behave, Blue. I've been trying to tell him to leave that to Candace Owens, but he every minute he get the jab in.
Yeah. Can't be stopped. But it was just a thought because I do believe, like you're saying, as time progresses along, we are losing people and stuff in our world. And less weddings and stuff that we're going to, but I feel like if I haven't made it to like a recent birthday party of you or soiree or function, I don't feel like I'm really obligated to go.
Yeah, I can see that.
So that's just my take on it, because I feel like we're not saying we were estranged. If we were close enough, same thing like with your ex.
Right.
I do believe if you guys are close enough, whatever, I would want to say most people don't really get tsunami with a cancer diagnosis and just die right away.
Right.
They probably know at least because depending on what type of cancer it is, some people might go through pain, some people might not too, right?
Right.
But you can see the changes and stuff physically. So then again, you're not enthralled into her world.
Right.
So it would be like, oh, hey, it was good talking to you. Hope all is well. I'm not gonna tell you I got cancer.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, if you're a homie that we kick it often and stuff like that, you're knowing off the rip.
Right.
Right.
So I guess the level of like closeness.
Yeah, and again, this is like our first conversation in like over 20
Decades,
years. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So
Yeah, right.
who knows if it might have come up in conversation number 2 or number 3 if I'm asking something that may not jive with what she's going through, right? And she's like,
That's true.
Like, oh, you want this, you can do that, and she's like, well, I kind of can't do this
Yeah.
because of this.
It's a wrap.
Right?
Yeah, it's a wrap for me
Right,
and stuff.
right.
Yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying. Okay. So I want you to cook, Blue, but I want you to start a little bit later. And I'll tell you why.
Of course.
Because there's small things in between that I want your tech side to plug in.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
So let's start with the Tiana Taylor thing.
Okay.
Are blacks still seeking approval of white Hollywood? With all the technology that we have now, we pretty much have our own BET Awards show. We have Soul Train Awards. We have Essence Awards. We have certain things and stuff where we can highlight our prominent figures and give them the awards for our level. And even with social medias as well, I want to say, let's say if we take it to like the Sprite aspect for like the NBA All-Star game, people are never short on voting who's their favorite All-Star to be in an All-Star game. So to say you're going to vote for a winner such as Tiana Taylor, you can vote and then the rhetoric is going around like she's in the movie because she's a fetish to white men.
Right.
She won.
Yeah.
Right.
She won. What's your thoughts on it? Tell me your take.
Well, first of all, I'm a big movie person. I love films. This is my time, Oscar season right now, and I'm trying to watch all the stuff. I thought her performance was fantastic.
Okay. Like, what did you rate the movie out of 10?
I'm a hard reviewer, so 7.5 which is a good 7.5 out of 10, which is good for me, which is a good
7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
I said 7 out of 10.
Right.
But I didn't want to go with the 7, so I gave it a 6.5. The reason, because
why?
Because the part, let's say this. I don't want to give away to the people who haven't seen the movie yet, whatever. But let's say there were certain scenes that they dragged on, especially like when it came to like the ending and the driving things.
Right.
When you see it, you'll see it.
Okay.
You know it, right, Blue?
Right. Yeah.
There's certain things and stuff they could have kind of wrapped up.
Right.
And deal with, because like before I hit play, because I saw it in September. So when I saw it, I'm like, 2 hours and some change. I'm like, hey, yo, I got to clear a schedule for this.
Right.
Keep in mind, this is also a man that if the action don't happen, the action will happen within the first 10 seconds.
Fact. Tenet took my money any day of the week. I counted specifically within the first minute, a gunshot went off in Tenet. This one, you know what, the freedom fighter, I guess I want to ruin the movie for people, but I was like, okay, all right, we're building character. All right. This little background story on this. All right. This could have been trimmed down. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Blue, you've seen it. You know you're giving it a higher rating than what it needs to be.
It was good. I'm also a fan of Paul Thomas Anderson, right? The director. So there's a bit of that. But so
I'm a fan of Sean Penn.
Right. Same.
Sean Penn and
Beast.
Leo. Like
Beast.
Sean Penn and Leo, they would get me. I watch Milk because of Sean Penn.
Yeah.
I don't really care too much about, no shade to LGBT mafia. But I'm like, Sean Penn, Sean Penn can lay it down.
He's a good actor.
So
he's a good actor.
More of that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But like, There Will Be Blood and stuff like that. Big fan of Paul Thomas Anderson. So I'm big on the technical side of things too, right? That's why I love Nolan and Tenet and like some of the shots he did with IMAX. But that car seat, there's a whole like YouTube breakdown on how they built that scene with the cars. And I thought it was dope with the perspectives and the rising and
the waves, the highs and lows,
So it's all the visual.
So even YouTube, because I'm like, yo, what's going on? So I like the fuck up. We've been here for 2 hours already.
But to bring it back to your award question, right? I think like the Globes and the Oscars have built these institutions to be the gold standard of these pieces of art. Right. So for us as Black people, as we say, like, we have the BET Awards, we have the Soul Train Music Awards. I want to ask not just you or you specifically, but the proverbial y'all out there, how many of you go watch the BET Awards? Then how many of you watch the Golden Globes or the Oscars, right? So it's like, are you supporting these institutions that we've built? Are you promoting them? Are you tweeting that this person won and bigging it up like you're bigging it up? Because that's what they do. Somebody wins the best director, they splash it everywhere, and they promote it as the thing for people to aspire to. But I point to people like Ryan Coogler, who is like, you know what? The Academy offered him to join, and he's like, well, I never fact checked this, was what I read online. Academy offered him to join. He said no. You know what I mean? He said he'd rather join a union, a workers' union, instead of joining the Academy.
Okay.
He, works with the same kind of. He works with Michael B. Jordan in every flick. He works with Ludwig Göransson in every flick. He gets his own production and stuff. He has rights that make sense, like every other director. Meaning, like after 20 years, I get the rights back for my film, which is not crazy, but it's one of the first few Black directors who've gotten that. And he's kind of carving out his own path, right? Outside of that. So he's gotten the Disney play, he's got the big budget centers. And look what they're doing with their publications, right? When you look at Variety and all of them, if you saw the controversy with Coogler, they were like, oh, it made, I don't know, it was like 90 million or whatever the first weekend, but it's a ways away from being profitable. That was the headline opening weekend. But these other flicks that got 20 million or something, like, oh, 20 million, it's a great movie. It's well done for an original story or something. And you're like, okay, well, why are we looking for them to big that up? We should have our own properties. We should be bigging up Sinners. And we made Sinners big. We went out and supported. Now all those even actors on the other side are like, hey, why aren't you talking about Sinners right now? Why isn't this getting promoted? Why aren't you talking about being one of the biggest movies of the year? So it goes, right? So hey, we should stop watching the Globes, stop watching the Oscars. And
so me personally, I've been doing that. Pertaining to your question to the BET and stuff like that, I would say this. I go to a lot of. Let's say this. I have like the channels, like in an Android box wise, whatever. I'm not the nicest person, but if they do pop up like Soul Train Awards, yeah. The BET Awards, I think because it's publicized so much that it's kind of hard to like miss it and ignore that. Because I know it's just like the last weekend of June, the last Sunday of June.
Right.
I know they normally tend to do that, right? And again, it's before that point. Me as a DMX fan, RIP X never really made it to these award shows because he's like, they never seen us for that. And then like when I heard the story about like Will Smith winning Grammys for like Summertime and stuff like that, I was like, to this day, or let's say maybe a few old school jams because I'm old now.
Right.
Summertime and stuff like that is still being played and still treated as a classic.
Yeah.
Where then in that Grammy stratosphere and stuff, whatever, it's just, yes, we know Will Smith won a Grammy, but how many people can tell you what direct category? Right?
Right.
So I don't think we really need the approval of them since the fact that we've created so many lanes for ourselves and we set the tone for cool. Melanin makes money. So over a period of time, they're going to come over. Shout out to Paul Mooney, RIP.
Yeah.
Same thing. If they like it enough, they're going to want to come buy it.
Yeah.
They're going to want to come take it.
Right. The Grammys
so
never
we just build and let them come.
Right? They never televised hip hop, and then hip hop got crazy popular. And I think often we turn this into this oppression and versus type of conversation. Really, what it is it comes down to money, right?
Money.
When I talk about watching the BET Awards, I don't care if you just stream it on YouTube and don't watch it. Let it get its view in its first few weeks, because then they can go back to advertise and be like, look how many people from this demographic we pull into our show, give us more money. Then the awards get bigger. Then they can pay for more independent acts, and it's just a self-containing feeding
That's a
system,
good point.
right? Flywheel, right? So we've got to support these things. We got to throw it on. If my boy drops a record, I'm like one of the most kind of loose and flagrant resharers there are on Instagram. Somebody does something, I'm just going to reshare it. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, you're doing something cool, reshare. I don't care. It's not where it doesn't cost me nothing. Throw it up, like it, whatever.
Right.
So on and so forth. Costs nothing, right? So we got to do that.
I appreciate you for that, because a lot of people like they find it hard to even support somebody that they know to that level and even do that to help, grow their brand and get their name across and stuff as well, right? Where it's kind of like a collaboration thing, and the collaboration aspect doesn't happen so much and stuff in like today's world.
Right.
And you can see that from a social media standpoint.
But it's so weird because, like you're saying, it costs nothing to do. Like I blind like I just see my people, and I don't even know what it is. I like it before I even know what it is.
Same.
Yeah. I also like messing with the algorithm, right? They don't know what I actually like. Just mess it up so it feeds me all kinds of stuff, right? Like, hey, he likes this or he likes that. No, I just playing with you, right? So it's like throw likes around, right? Throw them up.
You like slut.
Yo, so let's keep it with the music scope.
Yeah.
What's your take on AI music and AI
Mhm.
beats?
Ooh. I mean,
Tech man.
It's a tricky line. It's just a more, to me, it's just a more extreme version of what happened in sampling back in the days, right? Where it's like you have guys who will sample a entire 8 bars of a song and throw it there and put like a 2 drum pattern on and say it's my beat. And you're like, nah, you're not really doing the work, right? This is
Right.
You're not good. You're stealing from that. You're just copying and you're playing it and it sucks. And then you had guys like, Gays and your Blazes and all your different producers who would take those samples and they would chop them up so much they probably didn't even have to request it to be cleared because you couldn't prove that it was the original, right?
The
And that
Neptunes.
becomes right. That becomes a tool that they use to create stuff. And I think from that perspective, AI is cool. But the fact that it allows you to press a button and generate, a bunch of stuff that's kind of formulaic, I think is going to help the audience's ear mature if they care for that stuff. Like
Right.
now we're going to be able to be like, hey, now I know what's crappy AI sounding music. And now I know what good quality music with all its mistakes and flaws and, imperfections, what's better. And I'll have a preference towards that. But I mean, the number one music in the world is pop music. It's very simplistic. There's maybe 3 or 4 different chords that they use in it. It's basically AI music for the past 100 years, right?
That espresso song is so basic and funny. Anytime I see somebody drinking coffee, the song comes in my head.
Right.
So
but the scary thing,
go ahead.
The scary thing now is when you think 1984, right? And you think of the ability to program jingles and messages within these repetitive, easily produced memory kind of mnemonic devices for kids, right? So they call it brain rot because you can sit there and flow and it'll literally rot away your IQ as opposed to reading and something tactical, how it can build your brain, right? So this is where it starts to get into, you start to think about, this is the sci-fi world where I can embed anything into this message. I know my son hears songs that I play that I find through discovery and he's like singing the whole words. I'm like, how you know this? Like, I saw it on TikTok. You know who the artist is? You don't even know what the song is about. You don't know what the lyrics mean. It's just like, it's programmed and then he'll just start doing the dance. Like on Manchurian Candidate stuff, right? Think about 6'7", right? Like you could not say 6'7" without hearing an echo of 6'7", like a programmed robots around you when you're in, just being out in the world. So that's what we got to worry about from that whole AI formulaic press a button. And, you heard about, of course, the Sono stuff. We talked about this. And seeing those kind of mistakes happen is worrisome. But again, this is for right now. Ask me about AI music last year, I'd be like, it's trash. There's no way it's ever going to be good. Listen to it now, I'm like, damn, it's hard to tell.
I was about to say, because what's her name? Is it Zaina Monet?
Zaina Monet.
You heard about that artist, right?
Right.
Where like I want to say she's been tweaked with Kalani, Aaliyah, or so many other artists. She's been tweaked and formatted and stuff, whatever, too. Now you, or even anybody and stuff as like songwriter can just put the lyrics in, plug everything through the AI, and then let the AI kind of sing and format everything. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Some of the stuff that she makes, like minus the diss track she made towards Kalani, most of the stuff I could see myself if I didn't have the thought of AI and somebody told me, oh, this is a random artist from the backwoods of Milwaukee.
Right.
I'll beat to it.
Yeah,
and because it boils down to a very interesting thought. Like before she even got into that mode of AI, she was songwriting. She was writing poetry, right? So I always say if you have that sort of skill to begin with, it's almost like you can almost think of yourself at that point as the producer. You may not know how to play an instrument, you may not know how to write lyrics. You may not know how to formulate a melody, but you know what sounds good, right? So if you can get something that can do all the other parts for you
that you can't
do, then you're going to probably come up with something really either halfway decent or really good. I think, again, just like what you were saying at the beginning, we had these people who had no knowledge of anything in regards to music, but understand that they could do it with AI, just going half-assed at it and then coming up with total garbage. But like Marv is saying, like this Monet, like she's on Spotify. You know, they're talking about setting up a Grammy category for AI because of her. Like,
Yep.
this is where we're
Already
at.
confirmed. Mhm.
Have you? I don't know. Have you heard the Heart on My Sleeve, the fake Drake, fake Weekend, fake Metro Boomin
Yeah,
track?
oh yeah. I had it in one of
Yeah.
my presentations. Yeah.
Okay, never mind. You know that song fire.
It's hard.
You,
Yeah.
It's hard.
it's fire.
Yeah.
So whenever I hear stuff like, I was like, I'm not anti, but then again, I'm not on the creative side of music. I'm a
Right.
fan of music. I
Right.
really love music. But
Right.
if I'm doing it for the love, I'm still gonna play a track like that in a playlist. Now, as the creative sides and stuff, but if the creatives might be like, this bootleg ass beat, or they might be pissed off. But I'm like, this is where technology is now. We might as well
Right.
make peace with it or beat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm a tech optimist, right? So I'm very much of the idea, well, okay, I'm fine if the streaming services and all that get flooded with a bunch of crappy AI music that's out there. And then I'm now direct to consumer supporting artists that I like, right? Where art's
Right.
now going to be valued again. I'm hoping again, I'm an optimist that people are going to be like, hey, I want to see live music. I want an album that I know that's non-AI, that this person took their time to do and put out and so on and so forth. And artists are going to go direct to consumer, right?
Right.
I was watching I think it was, I can't remember what the name of the show is. I think it's Earn Your Leisure. It might have been one of those type of podcasts. And they had the dude from Joe Budden, Ian, who's Joe
Yeah,
Budden's partner on it.
yeah.
And he was like, hey man, they had 4 million people a week on Spotify. And everybody's wondering why they left the Spotify deal. But he said, if I can take 80,000 people, which is like, 2%
Fraction.
or something like that,
Yeah.
Right.
2%, and make them charge $10 a month, that's $800,000 a month I'm making over here, which was more than the Spotify deal that they're
Right,
getting.
Right.
So now, if from a direct-to-consumer perspective, if I'm like, hey, I don't want to support the big platforms, so in case I can get my music, I can't buy it directly from you. I'm going to be on Bandcamp now, buying albums and using that and supporting the artist directly, and they'll make more money. So I'm fine if they're not getting streaming, if they're not going on streaming and all that good stuff with the AI music, and I can support the artist directly. Let's go back to that model, right? That would be good for me. So again,
I was about to say,
Mhm.
well, because we don't live in times of like CDs and cassettes and stuff, right?
Right.
And those things made more concrete kind of sales and data and stats and stuff to show, right? And we hear several artists constantly talking about streamers don't really paid that much.
Mhm.
Would it, now I'm asking you, would you believe that it'll be better for most artists to kind of go through, what did you say, Bandcamp?
Yeah, absolutely. Direct to consumer. You want to go
Okay.
direct to consumer, right?
So how
the
come most artists
famous-
don't do that naturally?
It comes down to like, hey, what do you want? What do you want out of it, right? Do you want to just get a big check and sit down and be good and like have
Yes, please.
Yeah, exactly, right? Sometimes that's better for artists. They want to get on big, they want to get on radio play. They don't want to have to tour crazy or have that set up for them, not take control of their destiny, so to speak. And they want to make
Right.
big money with big overhead. So you can take that route. There's nothing wrong with that route. But there's much better chance that you can make $150,000 a year, which is a great salary as an artist, and you're going to make millions and billions of dollars, right? So why not go direct to consumer? Nipsey did it with, was it 100 albums at $1,000?
Right.
Yeah.
100K. Why don't more people do that, right? Bandcamp is, you don't have CDs anymore, but I can go on Bandcamp. I can pay whatever I want. It could be $5, $10. I like this, $15. Here you go. It's going direct to the person. I'm getting the MP3s on my phone to save in the cloud. I can still stream wherever I want.
Right.
So besides having to organize it or throw it in my Serato or whatever, I'm supporting the artist directly. When I go to a show now, I can, of course, I got to pay Ticketmaster still. It's going to charge me up the wazoo, but I can support them directly. And more artists should do that, and that should be the goal, as opposed to trying to get signed by a label and get on a streaming service.
It's funny. I was watching a clip from Earn Your Leisure, and they had a guest on it. I can't remember his name, but he was saying a similar thing. They were like bigging him up. They were like, "Yo, it's like you have like millions of streams," and he was like, "No, like don't do that. Like tell your audience what the deal is. Go out, try and cultivate 1,000. All you need is 1,000 people giving you
Right.
$10 a month,
Yeah.
and you'll be okay." Like, why are we not teaching people that? Why are we telling them to go and find trying to get 1 million subscribers? Like, no, like,
Makes sense.
get 100. You get 100?
Yeah.
Okay. Try 1,000. You get 1,000? Okay, you know what? Let's try for 10,000. But at each point, you could be making money. 100 people paying you $10.
You know, my favorite quote I heard of 2026 so far is that to get everything you want, you just have to do all the things you don't want to. And it really is. That's as simple as
That's
to
a
get
bar and a
everything you
half.
want. All you gotta do is all the things you don't want to.
That's a bar and a half.
And that's the thing. It's like if you wanted to do it, you would. If you really want it, you could just do it. You could just go out and cultivate 1,000.
For me, I want to say that's true and true. I want to say like even like midsummer of like 2025 and stuff. And I told myself, I'm like, yo, I feel like, fuck, I don't want to do it, but I feel like if I do this, the results for whatever might change. And I've done that for certain things. So soon as I felt to an uncomfortable point, I was like, all right, this is it.
Yeah.
I don't really want to do this, but I guess I have to do this because something telling me it needs to be done. And it has to at least to a completion, whether I see it now or I don't.
Right.
So when you're saying that, there are certain things like we were talking and stuff about where like even pertain to our socials, how certain numbers and stuff can change and grow. I'm like, yeah, I want to do this, that, and the third and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do it. Trajectory for everything kind of just went from this to this.
Right.
So it's case in point.
Yeah.
I mean, the algorithm is pretty simple, right? Like, I mean, for anybody doing anything social, you really want to put this to a test, and I challenge everybody to this. It's really hard to do. You find 10 categories of things that you want to post on an account. Let's say you have a cooking account. You want to do a shopping type post, a cooking post, a mise en place post, a finished post, whatever categories are. Make 10 posts for each of them. That's 100 posts right there. And if you can post 2 to 3 times a day, Monday to Friday, for 6 months, I can almost guarantee you 1,000 followers. 2 to 3 times a day for 6 months, consistently. Don't drop off. And that's the qualities. Product, of course, can't just be whatever. But there's people who repost the exact same post on their page every day, 3 times a day, and have 10,000 followers.
So, and I learned that. I know a guy who's making music, not to cut you, but I know a guy who's making music and stuff, whatever. And I promise you, it's like whenever I open up the gram to go do shit for like Podical Sons or like So Say the Sons, and then I move to my personal page, I was like, I like this already. Yo, the guy, and then like I open up, I go to the story. Like 2 days later, it's right back in the story. I was like, yo, you're just forcing this shit down our throats.
Yeah.
It's not artful, right? It's not artful. It doesn't not necessarily say it's a disrespect to the consumer, but it kind of is. You know what I mean? But that's what the algorithm eats. You know what I mean? That's what the algorithm eats and promotes. And
but
like,
what you're saying is 100% true, because I remember when we were working, when I was working for music marketing, and they first said, okay, you know what? We're going to create a Facebook page. When they created the Facebook page, literally the schedule was post in the morning, post in the afternoon, post in the evening. Every day. Like that was like, I'd have my alarm setting after the evening just because I ain't at work. I was like, oh, shit, I gotta make a post. But I kid you not, within a few months, that became like one of the big, I think the only page on Facebook that was bigger than us at the time was FL Studio Image Line.
Wow.
That
was the only page that was bigger than us at the time. And that's only because
FL's that shit. And that's especially that time.
Yeah, I was about to say that's only because so like as far as companies go, FL Studio Image Line, their social media does not skip a beat. They don't sleep. So it's like by the time they hit the net, you already knew that the numbers was gonna be big, right?
Right.
So for the whole plan was just whatever it is, as long as it's music related, find it, post it, and we had the set just like it is, set times. Post here at 9 something, post here at 12, post here at 6 every day, and the channel just grew.
I'm gonna try and take you up on your challenge offer and stuff. On like my personal page, I don't really do shit on my personal Instagram page, but I just look at it as, I want to say a touch base thing. It's more of a personal thing for me. It's kind of like, oh, I tap in with these folks, tap in with these folks. But I want to see the change, because there's some things and stuff like, I'll say this. I would never ever claim I mastered like social media or the internet in itself, but I do know I want it to work for me in a particular level where it brings me to a point where I want to make money when I sleep.
Right.
And that's always my goal when it comes to social media aspect and stuff, whatever. Now, if my page can do what you're saying, I will try that. I will throw the nonsense and test your theory out and see what it do.
Try it out. Or you can create a brand new one, go from scratch if you really want to test it and see how far you can get with no followers, no outreach, just posting nonsense on the algorithm schedule. You'd be surprised.
Interesting.
Somebody come buy it for you for 10 grand too. If you get enough people.
That's the other thing.
I mean,
that's the other thing.
Right.
Project.
Now build that up to, now you throw in an AI agentic workflow that starts posting and creating and scope and scraping.
It might be a good time for you to start you wanted a talking head project. It might be a good time to start the talking head project.
Yeah. I'll look into it. Because like I said, this challenge 2026 just started and stuff. And if it has a little time, a little free time. But you said 10 posts per day?
No, 2 to 3 posts per day.
How many?
You can go 2 to 3 posts per day.
Okay.
I usually say people do 7 days. If you can do 7 days, keep it up. God bless you. I say 5 is usually the minimum you could do, 2 to 3 posts a day. Usually Monday to Friday, or skip one day in a week and do on the weekend for 6 months straight.
Okay.
6 months. You could sit there for like 2 or 3 days and schedule it in a scheduler, 6 months in advance and sit back and see what happens, right? So a bunch of stuff you could do.
Okay. I wanted to ask you about Nvidia. Is it worth the hype?
As far as stocks or just in general as a tech company?
Tech company.
Yeah, they're amazing. They do fantastic
Because on
work.
stock wise, they're like what, trillions of dollars in now?
Yeah, but I mean, all that is, money that doesn't exist, right?
True.
It's like, hey, OpenAI, we're going to sign a deal with you for chips, and then their stock raises, and OpenAI stock raises, and then OpenAI goes, hey, I need money to buy the chips, and then Nvidia goes, we'll lend you the money, but aren't you buying the chips from us? So how are we lending you the money? And then the stock goes up both ways. You're like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. But as a tech company, what they're doing with their chips, how they're consumerizing their line of chips, I think is super important. The way they have, what a 4070 is, what a 4080 is. They're creating like the Thor robot brain, which is like an AI chip that's going to allow consumer robotics to be, create a little bit easier. And then, they're driving up the prices. Like, I don't know if you guys are looking at the prices of RAM right now.
I was about to say, that shit is not cheap.
I keep hearing about the prices of RAM going up.
It's crazy. I built a computer for my son last year. I think I paid $250 for, I think it was maybe 32 gigs of RAM. I think that same package is $850 right now. Yeah, it's insane.
Oh, wow.
It's insane.
Yeah,
so
I was looking to cop a next laptop, and I was like, just literally searching because I got to do it now because it's I probably won't be able to do it later on.
Yeah, those are already purchased and the prices are sunk already. So if you need a laptop, go out and buy one right now and just hold it, because I don't know when those prices are going to come back down. It's so hilarious. Luckily with work, I get to stay on top of news, and I've following this rumor again, haven't got a chance to confirm it, but Samsung builds chips and consumer electronics. They have several divisions. One of the divisions, a chip division. The chip division won't sell chips to the mobile phone division within the same company because they can get more money selling it to AI companies. So the bottom line is, the margin's better. So we sell it to the outside instead of selling it to their own company. So they're willing to lose money on the side.
Yeah, when I saw something like that on YouTube, I was like, am I high on space rocks? Like, I don't understand. Why would the major company, the same company, sell it to someone else?
You're like cannibalizing yourself.
Selling for triple, right? Selling for triple, quadruple, whatever it is. So yeah, it's really interesting to see that. But yeah, I don't think the stock is going to go much higher because I don't think it has that much more room. You're seeing a lot of people divest or get out, sell their Nvidia stock right now. Some like SoftBank and a few other people I think sold large amounts of Nvidia stock because they don't think it has a lot of room to grow. Not saying it's going to come down, but they can take that $10 billion and put it in this company that has a lot of room to grow and make way more money over here than they may make on Nvidia. So I think Nvidia is going to keep ticking up, but I don't know how much further it can go. But yeah, super powerful company.
Do you think they're locked in, or do you think someone can come up and kind of make a dent within the?
I feel like I'm not even a tech person like that, but I feel like it's anybody's game now. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Jump in and feel free. But let's say models wise, because even you said it, whatever. And I've noticed from the past 2 episodes you were on with us, right?
Right.
with certain models. Remember the time you spoke about like God 1.0 or 2.0 and everything? Most of those models of even things like, let's say, DeepSeek or Chat GPT, they were probably a little bit further away from each other and stuff now. But let's say at the top of 2026, most of them are probably just like found things like just separating them from the rest, no? So there's not really a leading company.
There's some specialization happening, right? Like I think Claude has definitely emerged as like the coding LLM. Like if you want to do coding, you want to do vibe coding as they call it, where you're just more kind of natural language coding, then Claude is amazing and everybody uses it, right? I think for a suite of tools and some of like the image generation and video generation stuff, right now Google is absolutely killing it. Google's one of my favorite companies. And what they're doing now with with Nano Banana and VO and all that stuff is really good. On my Pixel, I just bought a washing machine for my mother, and I had to call Leon's Furniture for something. And when I put in the number, my phone scanned my email from my last conversation with them, pulled up my order number, the cost, and everything right on the front of my phone. I was like, oh shoot! And then I hit call notes, made a bunch of notes for you. The person mentioned something for my calendar. I hit one button, puts it in the calendar. So like that whole kind of ecosystem, Notebook LLM, there's so much there that it's really powerful. And then, you have Copilot, which is just embedded in everything, right? With Microsoft. So there's kind of some leaders here and there now. And then everything else is playing catch up. You'll see, Higgsfield and DeepSeek and R1 and all these different things they're doing great, but it's OpenAI, it's Google, it's Claude, and I think Microsoft moved away from OpenAI, so I'm not sure who's powering their LLM right now, but those are the major players right now, definitely in the space.
Repeat that one more time now. Who's the major players?
So OpenAI, that's your ChatGPT. Claude, which is Anthropic.
Yeah, Anthropic.
I believe. And Google. Copilot was powered by ChatGPT. I think I remember they kind of split there. I'm not sure who's powering it. I think Google might be powering because Google's gonna be powering Siri very soon.
Yeah,
which is a big one.
I heard that.
So for like your home, ChatGPT is kind of your all-arounder, has a brand name, but it's not doing anything crazy that some of these other tools aren't doing. So we'll see if ChatGPT sticks around and they got a cache problem. But it is the brand. They made themselves the Kleenex. You know what I mean? They're the Kleenex of LLMs. Right.
So so they would be the dominant. Now going back again to Nvidia, as far as chip wise, is there anybody else in the chip game, or are they the guys? Like, and can they be dethroned?
Yeah, I mean, Nvidia does a lot of tech stuff. So this gets into a really interesting question that I have a passing familiarity with, and I'm also sometimes hesitant to speak on because it's very cloak and dagger. But are you familiar how a lot of our chips are made currently in the world? Like as far as, you remember that there was a big chip shortage
with China and in the world, but in a pandemic.
Yeah, so you have
so is that Taiwan, that company in Taiwan, the
TSMC, I think it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Taiwan, and I believe there's one more in Netherlands. Anyways, there's 2 machines in this world that makes these chips.
Right.
2. There's only 2. And if you ever watch a video of what these chips look like when they magnify them, it is the most incredible feat of technology that we can conceptualize, like actually look at and say, wow, we built something like this. This is almost magical. You know what I mean? Like it's impossible.
It's like a miniature city on like a pinhead.
It's like miniature world on a pinhead, right?
It's incredible. Yeah, it's crazy
when you look at it. I'll give you an example. Now, you're all familiar with like i3, i5, and i9 for Intels.
Right.
This is not 100% accurate, but the main difference within i3, i5, and i9s is that they're just more perfect. So an i9 is perfectly cut, an i5 has some errors, and i3 has more errors. They're literally not even that different in construction. There is some, of course, more technical pieces that go into it. But basically, that's it. When they print a really good one, it's an i9. When they print an okay one, it's an i5. When they print an one, it's an i3.
Okay.
And that's how powerful these things are. And there's only 2 of them, which is one of the reasons Taiwan is a place that people are very interested in around the world. So the production is almost finite, I want to say, in a way. There's only so many they can make so fast.
Right.
So I don't know if it's a matter of someone catching up since they have so much money, Nvidia. I mean, who's going to possibly pop up that they can't buy or displace or whatever? I mean, they they basically blocked selling chips in China, and Nvidia just said, "Hey, we're going to make a dumbed down version for y'all to work with," and they kept selling chips, right? And then somehow they got A10s and all those other ones. They're just printing money there. Really, we need it for everything right now. My cup probably has a chip in it now. You know what I mean? Your cars don't drive. RAM, which is a subcomponent, is so egregiously expensive now because they don't have enough of that. So yeah, it's very interesting. But I don't think that anybody's gonna be able to catch up to Nvidia. AMD does great work too as well. They're their competitor, but yeah, barely.
Do you still consider AI friendly or more dangerous now?
I think it's actually becoming more friendly. I actually do think that we are we've gone the full consumer route on AI, so I think it's great. There's way more dangerous things, but like I always say, or I've said for a while, none of us are actually afraid of the AI apocalypse. If you really think about it, you're not afraid of the AI apocalypse. What you're really afraid of is the robot apocalypse. Robots and AI together. Your Terminators, your Matrix. Yeah, sure, there was AI controlling everything, but it was those damn robots we were fighting that was the main problem. Okay.
Right.
And for me, the next bastion for AI is the robotics field specifically. And I don't want to cop out and just say robotics. I want to say like the bipedal consumer robotic. Like your Unitree G1 that you see walk around, like your Boston Dynamics Atlas.
What's that one called at that concert? Where the concert in China?
The one
and
the
ones the backflipping.
Flips. It's likely the Unitree G1. It's like $12,000. Not that expensive. And that's only going to come down from there.
Yeah.
You've seen a lot of videos of doing it foolishness, but there's Atlas, there's Tesla's Optimus Bot, there's Walker, there's Neo, there's so many of these different robots that are coming soon to a house near you. And I can't wait till they do my laundry, but you combine that with AI. And I think that's really where we're going to see a lot of the advancement over the next 5-10 years. More so than because what we were all amazed by recently was not necessarily just AI, but generative AI. This idea that we can, input text or multimodal voice pictures and generate something out of it. That's all really ChatGPT is, right? When you think of complicated algorithmic AI that's maybe like looking at traffic congestion and coming up with solutions for it. That's not really what we're playing with. Not really playing with things that are solving cancer and like figuring out how to get to Mars. The real AI that's really powerful. We're playing with this thing that generates fun kitty videos, right? So that generative AI aspect, I think the wave is kind of cresting now. It's embedded in our lives. We're going to use it all the time. Agentic AI is the big push now. It's having this kind of bot that works for you. A lot of people think it's this thing that you send out on the internet and it kind of does things and spends your money. It's not exactly true. But this idea of an agent that has some intelligence that works for you. So I'll give you a little bit of some of the stuff on the cutting edge, is like UCP, which is a consumer protocol that allows a bot to go out and make purchases for you. I know that sounds crazy, but what it really does is, let's say I'm in ChatGPT and I want to look for computers, laptops, and I ask for it to send me a bunch of laptops. Right now, it would give me the links. I click the links and it would send me somewhere to go look through whatever and make my purchase. It might give me some recommendations, might even give me some promo codes. But with UCP and agentic AI, that would bring it into the ChatGPT browser. So now I'd be able to purchase right in the browser, or I could tell it to look for promo codes or make a comparison through different things right in that thing. Or I could do it, it could suggest it for me. Hey, people who like this actually like this as well. I notice you go to this website a lot and you like this aesthetic. And it can
feels like Amazon all over again.
Exactly, but all in one spot where it can even be kind of predictive about things that you need on a crazy basic. So that idea of being able to string different things together, different functions. We were talking about, creating, I was making a joke with a friend of mine, talking about creating an AI girl that goes out there and create an OF for her. And a lot of that stuff you can string together through agentic AI, right? Where it's like, go out, find this model, put this together, create a script, create the video, and you string this all together with a tool like Pipedream, and it creates an output, and you post the output. You probably put it straight into a scheduler, and you just have that going in the background automatically. You got to pay for the generation in VO and stuff. We don't really have to do anything, right? And it's all the agents, the AI agents, doing that work in the background.
Right. Now, and how good are these agents? And the reason why I ask is because I notice I'm seeing a lot of software programs where they're creating apps, itself, right? Now, is it going to be the same situation as like earlier we discussed with the music, where yes, you can create the app, but it's those who really have the fundamentals behind knowing what app development is, the stages and stuff. Like those people, the tools, these tools in their hands is where we're really gonna see it. And the novice off the street, he's gonna create an app, but the app is not gonna be what it really should be.
Exactly that. So you'll see people vibe coding apps and throwing it up on app stores, and they'll use natural language to build the app, but they don't know what questions to ask or disrupt it. Like, what kind of security protocol are you building? Some of them build the app with no security, and because you didn't know to ask that question or know to make it a certain flow
Right.
of things or whatever, then you don't know to input that as part of your framework or part of your coding, right? So there's been some major apps that have gone released in the past year or so that had some major flaws where people's like licenses and personal information were stolen off the back end because it had absolutely no protection or encryption at all. So that's definitely a threat.
My question to you is pertaining to AI workflow, right? Is this it will be 2026 the year for like AI workflow to kind of fully be more integrated and stuff in places? Because I want to say, if we look at the previous years, we had certain things where, like, we'll say robot calls and Autobots and stuff were a thing before, and that kind of cut into the workforce, right? Because some people and stuff probably lost jobs from it, but from that. Now we're more comfortable, like, especially I want to say for the year 2025, a lot of more companies are more comfortable with it. Like even my company and stuff, we changed a lot of programs that we used before to current companies in this past 2025 year.
Right.
With the workflow, do you think that it's now this might be the year where it might threaten more jobs? AI might threaten more human jobs?
That is a great question, because the workflows are becoming much more advanced and much more reliable and predictable with their outcomes. So that's allowing companies to say, hey, I'm comfortable now implementing them. Good companies are taking their good people and repurposing them to something else that makes sense. There's an older story about IKEA who released their Billy chatbot to handle their customer service questions. And then all the people who are on customer service, they put them on like interior design consult calls. So now they created this new kind of revenue stream where you could call in and you can show, they actually had another app, I forget, it was Creative, I forget what it was called. But it's like a phone, you hold it up in a corner and you can slide IKEA furniture into the corner, and then you can send that to a consultant and they'd be like, no, try this thing and whatever, and switch it up and put a picture above it. So they created a new revenue stream by doing that. So smart people are taking those good people.
Amazon had something like that. Like I needed like a little bar stool for the house. And then it was like, would you like to see it in like, the rendering thing to see if it might work? And I was like, well, yes, don't mind if I do.
Listen, man, I can't tell you how much countless pair of glasses I tried on Amazon.
Let's go.
Right.
No, because the workflow, again, a lot of people and stuff, again, you're right. People more afraid of the rise of the machine, excuse me. So more the rise of the machine, but there's more the robotic side of it. But then again, the AI aspect is kind of trimming into certain amount of things, because let's say certain people can't even spit out certain things in a conversation compared to how fast the processes could be on a particular like PC or engine that would just spit out answers and stuff like that fast.
Right.
So it's kind of like, hey, Bob, we know we had you in a position and you're about to retire and stuff, whatever, soon, but I mean, shit, you gotta give Brainiac a run for his money, or you might be out of a job.
Yeah.
So it's the workflow coming into like that's what the people are more scared about, because people are like, oh, AI is gonna come in and chew off some of our jobs. But would 2026 be that year?
Yeah, for your regular, white collar is way more in danger than blue collar. First of all, so if you're in your office buildings doing that type of stuff, where I don't want to say like pencil pusher or anything of that nature, but like you're doing some kind of process within a system, processing something, or looking at reports or anything like that, analysis. A lot of that's going to be done by AI. I would go as far as to say even something like trucking, right? With these robo taxis and robo trucks coming,
Yeah.
Some of that work, I think, would also be destroyed by AI. And I mean, that's more in general technology. More than, I don't want to blame AI specifically for that, because there's the trucks and then there's the powering and all that, batteries and all that comes into that being
But wouldn't it
possible.
still need like an autonomous, like I
Of
guess,
course,
like
of course, of course.
so
But I
that
don't
would
want to just
still
put that
wouldn't
on
that
AI.
still kind of lean into the AI stratosphere?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm thinking of somebody like who's some junior accountant, right?
Okay.
There
Right.
ain't gonna be no junior accountant jobs. There's gonna be no junior developer jobs. What am I need a junior developer when AI can be a junior developer for me, right?
Right.
It can build the basis code, basic stuff, and I can go in and clean it up as a senior developer or whatever. That's gonna be harder to fulfill, right? If I'm a trucker who knows the ins and outs and I've been doing it for 20 years, I may still have my trucker job where I'm driving my truck with 3 or 4 other autonomous trucks behind me, being the lead driver in a caravan of trucks.
And this is what you're
Right.
talking about with the IKEA thing, kind of like the Billy thing. So basically,
Right.
like, you reconstituted that person or that thing to do more than what it's supposed to do now to help run the other.
It's
Okay.
interesting with that whole trucking aspect, because I remember when I first got a clue into the autonomous driving, there was a report and they were talking to this black lady. She was a retired truck driver,
Mhm.
and they said, and she said they actually called her back to help train the AI systems. So now she says all she does is sit in the trucks and
Mhm.
just make sure the AI is doing what it's supposed to do.
Mm.
This is her new job. Right?
New job that didn't
She's
exist.
been retired.
Right. Didn't exist before, right? And mechanics for those EVs and battery specialists and stuff that didn't exist before. Those are new jobs that are going to be created, right? Will it
Yeah.
replace all the old ones? But I think I've killed this analogy so many times. But I talk about digital photography, right? Where 20 years ago, 25 years ago, there was no Photoshop and anything. You took a picture, you took it to Walmart to get done, you took it to your dark room to get developed or whatever it is. Then this digital camera came out, and every photographer's like, oh, this is going to ruin the art of the picture. Nobody's going to care about composition because you just move person. But it created so many jobs. Everything we've got now, from the shirt I'm wearing, shirt you're wearing, to your watch, everything was made in a computer. Art wasn't done by hand. There's a whole
Right.
new industry created 10 times more jobs than it destroyed. For graphic design, for example, right? So that technology, which everybody thought would kill an art form or kill a specific field, it definitely did, but it created so many other jobs. Same thing with horse and carriages and cars. The horse and carriage guy is gone. The car industry came, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that. Printing press. The monks don't write books anymore. The printing press does it now. But there was people to fix that, and so on and so forth. So hopefully it creates more industry.
No, I hope it does. It's just more of a situation where I spoke to some of the people, and some of the people that their main thing and stuff is, with the world going to quote unquote shit, they want to make sure at least their 9 to 5 jobs is kind of secure, because even within, let's say, the beginning of 2025, where we had a regime change with the prime minister stepping down, right? Previous
Mhm.
to like the new, a lot of people, just the world around them is going crazy, and then bit by bit, some people's jobs are getting cut. Like one person, they do a lot of customer service that I know, and they said they brought in like a third party like software,
Yep.
and then they brought it in, let's say earlier within the year, and come like October time, they were saying that their job did like a layoffs of like maybe 75 people.
Oh, yeah.
So, like I said, with the rise of technology, yes, but the thing and stuff is, especially if you know the everyday person who this might be affected to, you get kind of scared and stuff too as a person. Well, you're a tech hunter, but it's more of a situation where I think the everyday person who's not into the tech world, that's their main thing. Like, oh my gosh, I hope I don't lose my job to a robot.
100%. 100%. And let me be clear. I don't want to make sure, I don't make everybody think that this isn't a problem that's happening. It definitely is something that's happening. People are losing their job. Again, I'm a tech optimist, right? I think the difference in this one case is that generative AI, specifically in your chat GPTs, are the most accessible technology that's been created as a revolution. Anybody for free can pick up chat GPT and start anything. So let's say I'm in customer service and I've been doing that for 20 years. I would bet dollars to donuts that I had some other passion that I wanted to do, whether it could be crocheting or, starting a podcast, whatever it may be, right?
Right.
I didn't have the know-how. I didn't have the resources to build a plan. I didn't know where to
You
start.
do now.
I can have nobody. You do now. You can do anything you want. So if you were stuck working for somebody doing what, you could become how do I become a customer service consultant for companies who are trying to implement
Ooh.
new AI, right? Like just take, I have 20 years worth of experience. Build me a plan. Now you build a social media account that's built on great customer service, and you coaching people customer service. Now you take that and you sell that overseas as a course. Now you're flying you out now to do that course over there for companies who are just starting, who are maybe a year or two behind from a tech perspective. There's so much opportunity. And before it used to
Again,
be
it's
like a
gonna
matter
take
of
that you putting
time.
that legwork though, just like we were talking
Take
about
that
before.
legwork.
You got to do the work.
Take that legwork. Yep. I know people, friends who have, took 8 months of a year and taught themselves how to create videos with AI tools, not techies at all. I'm telling you, sometimes this guy has a problem with his phone. Like, how do I answer this thing? You know what I mean? How do I change my voicemail? Taught himself how to do it, and has a YouTube channel that has 100 million views now in 12 months.
Nice.
Got his platform YouTube.
I was gonna
making
ask
money.
you. I was about to say, how could somebody make a little side hustle with this? But case in point,
Hey, man. 10-minute videos on YouTube. There's 3 slots. This is video content, of course. There's 3 slots for ads, right? In a 10-minute video, at least. There's programming. Throw it in, get people watching it. You want a simple gem? Pick something you love right now and make a AI animation of it. Throw it on YouTube. Want to even go deeper? Pick your favorite conspiracy theory. Aliens built the pyramids. Do a video on aliens building the pyramids using AI tools. Make it 7 to 8 to 10 minutes long. Put it on YouTube. You'll get at least 3 ad positions, and you'll have people watching that nonsense for sure. It's brain rot. Turn those into shorts. Take that 8-minute video, turn it into 40 shorts. Post those shorts onto YouTube. YouTube Shorts now are spinning. You're going to add money from that. It's that simple.
So the people who just heard this man spoke, there's no reason why you should be broke in 2026.
There's no reason.
This man just gave you the sauce, the recipe, the napkin, and the whole damn cutlery to eat and be well.
I think it's an important inflection point right now. And to get into my conspiracy theory stuff, I think they're going to try and eliminate the middle class soon, right? You got to think about it. There's 12-year-old kids making millions of dollars doing 6-7 videos on YouTube, right? If you're not part of that class or that group, I'll tell you right now, if I won the lottery, the first thing I do is jump on YouTube and make an ass of myself and make millions more dollars if I didn't have to work. If I got mad, I have to work. If I got laid off, I'd be kind of happy. I'd have a year to make myself into a social media personality, make millions of dollars. It'd be great. I don't have wish I had the time to do this stuff. But it's at the point now where you have this opportunity to do this. And again, we keep saying millions and then we make these jokes. But if you're making $50,000 extra a year, which is very doable. If you're making $100,000 extra a year, which is very doable. Making jokes, having fun. You watch boxing, do fight commentary. Get AI to generate the script for you. Have an AI voice talk back and forth. Make AI create 2 avatars that look funny. Whatever it is, and intersplice videos. It takes time and doing and discipline, but it can be done now by almost anybody.
Okay.
Going back, I know we touched about the AI worrying about taking away jobs. Also, the Terminator aspect. Can we real quickly just talk about the deep fake stuff that's now becoming more prevalent? I've been speaking with my family. I know right now we've got a code word that if you call me asking for money, you better know that code word because I'm not shelling out anything just like this and that. One of the things that I've heard them mention is putting your ID on the blockchain and having your ID sit on the blockchain is a way of verifying that. And I was kind of wondering, like, I get how the ledger system works as far as you purchasing crypto or something like that, or you having some sort of digital art. How does putting yourself or your ID on the blockchain protect you from anything in like the deep fake area?
So the easiest way to explain it is to go back to a term we're all probably scarred of, NFT. And you guys even buy any NFTs? I still had a whole bunch. There's a bunch of money I wasted, boy. Woo. So
share there. It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
Yeah. And wait, maybe I get cryogenically wake up in 100 years.
Let's go. I see Futurama. Fry only had like less than $1 in his account, and in the future he became a multimillionaire. So hope for the best.
the idea of the NFT, the non-fungible token. So I'll put it into real terms. I did NBA Top Shots, where basically like cards, but they're video cards, right? Like playing cards or collectible cards. That snippet, anybody could have a copy of that snippet of LeBron dunking on somebody.
Mm-hmm.
How do I prove that I have the original version, not the copy version of that snippet? Right.
Right.
And it's the same thing with the monkey, the Bored Apes, or whatever they were, right?
Yeah.
How do you prove that you actually own the original? Because I could just hit copy and paste and then I have it too, right?
Right,
How do you prove that? You do that by tying that digital asset to an entry in the ledger. And now that you have those two tied together, you can always say, hey, this is the legitimate version of this digital property, whatever it is.
Right.
It's the only way to tell, right? Because it's tied to this ledger. Your watch, for example. Rolex could say, tie the Rolex and some digital aspect to it to the ledger so that watch authentication can be taken care of a different way. You can say, is this the one attached to the one in the ledger? Oh, yes, it is. However, you would enable that. So this idea that I can prove the validity of a digital footprint or signature or product or whatever through examining its connection to some blockchain is a very viable way to identify yourself and for security.
Would you trust putting your ID on the blockchain?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Depending if they have,
I'm not comfortable with it. I'm not, from when I was hearing Smooth talk about just a while ago, I'm not comfortable with my ID just to everybody and stuff, whatever. Like even if it's a selected few of people who might be admin to the blockchain, I still don't know you. I still don't have interaction with you to just relinquish my information and stuff like that to you.
So to be clear, if whatever admin on the blockchain, if let's say we're conflating a couple things here, but if you had an ID attached to the blockchain, whoever's admin wouldn't be able to know what that ID is. They'd have to have your key. So if you didn't share that key with them, they couldn't see it. It's all encrypted. They can't see nothing.
Okay.
So you had the key onto the blockchain.
Right.
And then, if you have an issue, you show them your key.
Yeah, it's more of there's 10,000 versions of your ID out in the world that people have for some reason, and they're trying to pretend you're you. And you go up and go, here's mine. Oh, you're the real person because it's attached. So it's not your actual ID sitting up there, but something connected there showing to you. So it's secure. There's something called KYC right now called Know Your Customer, which requires companies to ask for like ID and stuff when you're trying to buy on a blockchain. So it's becoming less anonymous. There's like some paper trails that people are trying to figure out who's who and whatever. So it's a little bit harder because of black market things of that nature. But so it's not totally secure for transactions and stuff. But if they could enable it some way, I don't know how they would do it functionally, but if they could, it would be a good way to prove that, hey, this is me really asking you for money and not, an AI voice, which I'm telling you right now, on the deepfake point, I'm at the point where I can't tell. I have to.
Okay, you're one of us. You're one of us.
For you want hints, if it's over a minute, 30 seconds, over a minute, it's likely not AI. It's very expensive to generate long AI videos. Most of them cut off in 10, 15 seconds or something.
I like that.
Okay.
I'll run with that theory.
So it's about a minute, 2 minutes.
I saw one where it's kind of like, like a street interview.
Right.
And it was kind of like, it was AI talking to AI about humans and stuff like that, about the takeover, right?
Right.
But then you're right. If that video was longer, it would take so much more funding to get behind that, whatever, right? But it was quick clips. It was kind of like person one, question, person two, question.
Right.
So if you have clip, and let's say even you did it with a freebie trial, clip, save, come back a few days, clip, save.
Right.
Then when you're ready, pieced everything together.
Yeah. So if it's one continuous clip for 30, 40, 50 minutes,
50.
It's probably new. Probably good. It extends, it's been extending it out, but about 30, 45 seconds. There's no cuts. If there's any kind of edit, you'll know. If it's one continuous shot, look at the people in the background. There's certain depth of focus things like, I don't know if you've all taken pictures where the background's blurred out.
Yeah.
Where the background's in focus. Sometimes you'll have the person in focus, something right here in front of them out of focus, and things in the background in focus. That's just impossible. You know what I mean? So those are the type of things you got to look for now.
Yeah,
it is.
I know a guy who's a photographer, and we're in January now. I seen homie the other day, and I see him taking photos like he's in like the desert somewhere. I'm like, cut the cap, cut the cap. But he's like, yo, he's playing with AI and stuff as well, as much as that. And the same thing you were saying, like the foreground was more blurry and the back was pristine you can see.
Right.
And I was
Yeah.
like,
Something does look
it's a
natural,
bit
right?
dodgy, mate. Bloody dodgy, yeah. But again, it's just
Yeah.
something where even somebody with your expertise, if you're saying you're having difficulty, because I always think about Will Smith eating spaghetti
Right.
and
That's
how
it.
far that game has changed
Yeah.
to even somebody looking up Will Smith eating spaghetti today.
Mhm.
So the game is scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. It's
So that's why when
it's
you're saying like, oh, it's not, you're more happier than dangerous, you're like,
Mhm.
is it though?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and there's ones that catch me like, I'll repost something, and I'm like, wait a second, let me research that. I ain't like
Right.
that. Or,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and
Because
they
like
get me.
even
They get me.
even the flipping robots thing, you
Mhm.
posted it in your story.
Mhm.
I saw it,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Mhm.
oh hell to the no. So I went to go research it. Like I think whatever I was doing, I think I was even somewhere visiting somebody, and I
Right.
just opened up Instagram. I saw that. I was like, what the fuck? So I start searching about it and everything. They're like, no, it's legit. So I was like, no, let me repost Blue shit into the story because everybody's like, Marv, you come with fake news on your podcast? No. This is a legit. Robots are hitting dance flips and choreography steps.
I think I DM'd you when you posted it to ask. I said, "Yo,
Yeah.
Blue, is this right?"
Yo, I was scared.
Yo, I'm telling you, there's someone I'm like, nah, this is not real. There's no way. And I look, I'm like, damn, okay, oh shoot, yeah, 30-second video. Oh shoot, I guess it's real.
Yeah, but then you're
yo,
like,
this
it's
is
not
real.
dangerous. Yeah, right.
Hey, we're the dangerous animals, right? We're the dangerous animals. We programmed to
true.
do
This is
whatever.
true.
That's the
This is
problem
true.
with it, right? So,
I mean, we can't get around the fact that AI is learning from us.
Yeah.
So if it learns bad behavior, we're the ones to blame.
100%. I don't know
My
if you've
last
ever
question
seen
pertaining to AI stuff.
Mm.
Do you believe that prompt management things are still more important now, or would you say technology has caught up and be like, you know what, we knew some people couldn't word shit properly, so now most of the models are now looking like, look, we're gonna give you, we just want the keywords. So
Yep.
prompt management is not necessary before when
Nah.
you were saying that, but okay,
Right.
because I remember an episode before when you were with us, you were like, prompt management would be the thing, but like I said, I feel like so many companies that even I use Chat GPT. And I feel like before, let's say when you told me, I start going slow and make sure be cautious about how I'm wording things.
Right.
Now Chat GPT be like, or did you mean this? I'd be like, I actually meant the second thing. I'm like, oh shit, you guys are getting smart out in these streets.
Yeah.
So I'm like, prompt management is not really a thing no more. Me using, I want to say, I'm not an everyday user, but I want to say a weekly Chat GPT user.
Right.
I feel like prompt management is not a thing no more. You agree?
Yeah, I mean, you could, especially for like low level things. Before it used to hallucinate a lot more and things of that nature, but now you just type whatever you want. I purposely spell words wrong or put it in one line long, and it'll be like, I know exactly what you're talking about. Here you go for all the stuff.
I was about to mention that
because I had a typo in mind. Yeah,
I was about to mention that.
Yeah, oh yeah, none of that matters anymore. They call it grounded prompt, so it takes a look at the ask before
Grounded
it serves it to the
prompts.
actual LLM that may reserve it in a different way before getting an answer. You'll notice in 5.2, I think they're on a Chat GPT, when you ask it a relatively complicated question, it's not just like what the weather is. It'll be like thinking for a sec, and it'll be like kind of asking itself the question different ways to get the best answer, searching different things like that. So it takes time to reason now, these reasoning engines, to think a lot more about the answer it gives you. So the prompt's worth a lot. And sometimes it'll clarify, a lot of times now it'll just clarify. It won't just like try to answer, be like, are you saying this or are you saying this? What are you saying? My favorite is on Google. When I type in something in Google and it's like, okay, you could be talking about this, this, or this. Which one are you talking about here? Like, oh shoot, I didn't even know it was uses that, whatever. So yeah, it's taking care of all the things that we thought we would have to take care of. It's doing it for us.
Listen, when we were doing that the music podcast stuff, when we were talking about the AI, and you had mentioned that at the end of the year you would think that we should be at AGI, which prompted me to say, okay, no, we got to do another Podical Sons episode if we're going to be at AGI at the end of the year. Some people believe that it's that these companies have it, and they're like they have it in the background, and we're seeing just the surface level stuff. Do you think we're there? Are we at AGI now at this point?
I think from the classical kind of AGI definition, which was very flighty, we were there. Like you could
Hold on.
do the
Pause.
argument. Yeah.
What does AGI mean?
Artificial general intelligence. So you have artificial narrow intelligence, which is like, hey, this is pretty good at one thing, really good at one thing. Narrow intelligence. General intelligence, you could throw pretty much anything at it, and it's pretty good at it. Like maybe PhD level even, almost, which is pretty much what ChatGPT is now. It's PhD level on almost on every topic you can imagine. And then super intelligence is just like, it's smarter than every human combined. Like it's just way beyond. So that's ASI, which would be the final level, so to speak. The problem was that there are terms that are not very rigidly defined. So you could make an argument to say we already reached AGI, or it's still a ways away. Now everybody's focusing on what is the actual definition of AGI, and they haven't come to a conclusion just yet. But that's the conversation amongst the top smartest people out there. Is like, what does AGI actually mean? Maybe now AGI is ASI, and ASI is something way beyond that. So we're already
stop cursing
like
at me. What does ASI mean?
Artificial super intelligence. So beyond just general intelligence. So right now we're at the point where, we may start discovering, I think in the next couple of years, new science that we didn't find before, new medical approaches that we couldn't find before. I think it was ChatGPT just released a medical version of ChatGPT for doctors. And it was approved, like HIPAA approved or whatever it is. Like that means it went through some rigorous testing and is really, really good.
Okay.
Right.
So now we're at the point, we're getting to the point in this is my argument for AGI definition, where you've got something, God forbid, knock on wood, in your stomach, you got to go have surgery, not life-threatening, or maybe it is life-threatening. This surgery, they put you out. It's a 3-hour surgery. There is a 67-year-old doctor who's 20 years in the game, who's done this surgery a bunch of times. And there's a robot.
He's in another place. He's in another place in the world.
He could be there. He could be there.
Oh my god.
Or you have this
He's on the beach
robot that
has with a Mai Tai in his hand. Don't worry, I relax. I got this. I'll do this for you. Bitch, your background looks tropical. Don't worry. The anesthesiologist on site will put you to sleep. You'll wake up with a new pair of nuts. No.
Lou, don't scare us.
This sounds dangerous.
But even worse though, what if the choice is between
even
that
worse,
doctor? Even worse, whether he be on the beach or not, or even in person, right? Versus this robot here that has done this surgery 1,000 times this year,
right,
and hasn't missed a beat. This doctor hasn't done this surgery in a year. He's 70 years old. He's been in 20s. Hands were a little shaky. He's got the knowledge. But I got this robot has done this 1,000 times this year, and has done it perfectly every time. Which one are you going to choose?
To be honest, my preference is still with the human. I'm not, and the reason why, because again, I'm not enthralled into technology such as yourselves, right? Right. So the thing, I'm still more of a people, like I touch grass more than I touch the gram. I'm gonna be comfortable more so with the human being, because I feel like they're warm enough and they can relate. Be like, yo, doc, I'm gonna need my nuts. Don't fuck this up. If I talk to a robot, whatever, probably won't even respond to my voice command.
He's probably calculating. Does he really need his nuts?
Please enter password. It might say, please enter password, because I'm not part of our admin team. And then next thing you know, whatever, I wake up and they're like, hey, so we got a form for you to sign? Yeah, don't worry about the testicles over there. Just sign the form. No. You're okay with the machine doing 1,000 times?
I'm not saying I would choose the machine, right? But it's a question you have to ask yourself.
But you pose me with it, though.
Not saying I choose the machine. But it's an interesting question, right?
Yeah.
I think...
And a lot of people will choose the machine.
Yeah. We're not downplaying that.
I should Google right now, but I don't want to take away from it. But I'm pretty sure it's either the second... It might be number one. I think it's the second or third major cause of death. I think it's in the United States. Is like mistakes, like medical mistakes. Yeah, malpractice. Yeah. The third leading cause, second leading cause of death is malpractice, and humans messing up. Whoa, that's crazy. Now it doesn't sound so crazy to have the AI working in if it's hitting at 100%, right? Like you have a high chance of dying if you go to this hospital down in bumfuck nowhere, as opposed to now you're talking about big general hospital. Sure, you have the best surgeon there, but if you're stuck in the middle of, Manitoba, and it's a small 5-room
I need
hospital.
to know. So I
Give
need
me
to
that
know.
robot.
I need to know if they're like, hey, Mr. Blue, so the problem you're having with your family jewels down there, we just need you to sign the waiver and stick your lower half into that machine. Don't worry, it does it 1,000 times over. Trust me, our lead expert before he retired, he was 67 years old when he retired, but he tweaked the machine himself. We got you. You're going?
If I'm stuck in Manitoba and it's this procedure or guaranteed no nuts because I can't make it to another hospital, I'm taking that robot. You better believe. You better believe.
Big
Like I
up
said,
yourself and
environment.
dance off.
We're all the way back to the wedding ring, right? It's about environment and opportunity.
Yeah. Full circle, baby. Full circle.
circle.
Well done. Well said. Well said. I'm good, Smooth.
So-
You're good? Go ahead.
I
Cook.
guess my last question would be is how do we see AI now playing out for technocracy? We're seeing
What is that word?
technocracy is where you have technology is leading the world as far as as far as like you had a democracy where it's the people leading
the charge.
yeah,
gotcha.
technocracy is now sitting
tech
at
leading the
the
charge.
top. Are we there yet? Are we going to start seeing like I mean, we already are seeing the robots on the battlefield and the drones on the battlefield. Is that just one aspect that we can expect?
We also have, I think it's Albania, who has an AI minister or a minister in the government, like hired. So
that's a real thing?
Nigga, what?
Real thing.
It's a real thing. I thought it was a joke.
No, as far as I know, it was real. Everything I saw, I know it went crazy because it was saying the AI is going to have babies and all kind of crazy stuff afterwards.
Albania.
Yeah, I think it's Albania.
Okay.
I remember I was doing a presentation for an economic development company. And I was reading up on just like negotiation with, foreign countries and import and export and all this. And there was a guy who worked for a certain county who was listening in on a conversation with the president, and it was like a negotiation for something. I think it was with another country.
Okay.
The way he described it was the president was absolutely destroying them on his side of negotiation. Like he was coming out with all the points. And whatever the other foreign nation was couldn't really keep up. And the difference between the two is that the president was using ChatGPT. This is Trump. This was a year and a half ago, I believe. I should find the article. If somebody quizzes me, I can say this is the article I got from, whether it's true or not. I think it was a reputable newspaper. So that's been happening. I'm sure these things are used. We've been using AI to make decisions forever, and why wouldn't we use just because it speaks our language a little better now, right?
Right.
So yeah, that's happening. Yeah, we're going to see it happen more from the technocracy perspective. I mean, in your classical technocracies, the leaders were technically inclined, and then you had like your Tony Stark who created this AI that took over the world, but Tony Stark was still in the tower begging the AI to let humans survive. You know what I mean? It was still like a genius in charge of everything. We don't got any geniuses in charge right now. It's a bunch of, capitalists doing their thing. So I don't think a technocracy will come about willingly. It would be the apocalypse where the tech takes over for us, shuts down everything, programs us through TikTok to be docile, puts us in cages, and it would take over and run the society. But it wouldn't be run by, tech literate people in the classical technocracy sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I guess my final question, Jarvis on the Avengers, AGI or SAI?
Jarvis was
Before
AGI
Ultron.
because Thanos dealt with his case though. So I think if it was ASI, he would have gave Thanos the business, or at least what was the guy with the stick? I forget what his name is, but I was like, he dubbed Vision twice. You know what I mean?
Yes.
What's his name with the stick? I was like, if you were a true
Thanos'
artificial
boy,
super
the
intelligence,
slim guy.
The weakest one
creeper
out of
looking
it, basically. Yeah, I'm like, if he's dubbing Vision, who had Jarvis and all this and the stone, I'm like, you have to be AGI. You're not ASI. But ASI would have washed up. You know what I mean? ASI would have wiped the floor. He would have predicted Thanos come in. Yeah, no. He's AGI.
Yeah, AGI. All right.
You're
Thank you for clearing that up for me.
No problem. No problem, man.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Let's pop off with the question of the week, man. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Question of the week is, well, we know what kind of week we had this week and stuff with the Drewski thing. Would you go to a mega church now?
Absolutely not.
After the
Absolutely
Drewski.
not. Never. I've never been to a mega church. In fact, when I'm going to church now, I go to these little kind of 20,
Ragtag
50
hole in the
people.
wall?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just that's the type of church I'm into now. They give you juice boxes instead of wine. You know what I mean? Gummies as a sacrament. You know what I mean? Keep
give
it ghetto.
gummies?
Wherever you praise is praise. But my goodness, I can't. I've seen some. I thought this was a joke until this Drewski thing came out. Like, I thought it was just like internet jokes,
Really?
like people asking for millions and thousands. And I was like, yo, they're locking the doors on people.
Bro,
It's kidnapping. Close the door.
It's insane.
Close the doors. We're not leaving here till we get $1 million. Close the door. That's
you would see
kidnapping.
the wickedest sure you can from me to the priest's chest. If you lock the door, talk about money, hurricane kicks, all kinds of stuff. Right on the pulpit. That's what it been. Get me out of here.
Yeah, because I was saying to myself, I've been to 2 mega churches in my life, right?
Mhm.
The first was one in America, and the other one was one here, right?
Was it Prayer Palace?
Prayer Palace was
Prayer
one
Palace.
of them. Prayer Palace was one of them, right? And there's something about having an ATM machine in a church.
Yeah.
It kind of makes me feel a type of way. But when Prayer Palace has 3 ATM machines, I got an extra problem with that. So that in the service itself, I want to say the time I went, I want to say it was probably about like 2011, 2012. And around that time, I think that's when they said something about, one ATM machine. Because I asked somebody who invited me. I was like, you guys have so many ATM machines in this place. You guys make sure you want to get the funds. So they're like, no, that's not the case. It's just that there's always a line behind one. So they just got 3 and stuff.
Wow. That money can't come in quick enough, man. That money can't come in quick enough.
In the house of the Lord?
Give me 2 more machines, Marv. Give me 2 more machines.
Yo, that's crazy. So and especially with all this Drewski stuff that's going on, right? Some people haven't gone to one before. And I'm like, would this persuade you to see the not the string theatrics, whatever, but the Christian Dior with the Christian Louis Vuittons? Be like, yo, I am a Christian that walks in the blood of Christ.
Bro, that one threw me. That one threw me. That one threw me. When he threw the red bottoms, walking the blood of God, I said, nah.
He won. He won. Those not blood bottoms. Those are the blood bottoms, man. Christian and Christian. Honor Christian. Amen. Amen. And that's a Sunday service for today.
That's a Sunday service for today.
Amazing.
What about you, Smooth? You going?
Give me the small little hole wall. I think at this point, I'm okay with a intimate setting of.
Me too.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. Because I was talking to a homeboy and he was telling me that one of his people's has a church, and same thing when I was, for me looking around and stuff, and he said a lot of times they pray over the new visitors.
Okay.
So I was like, some people don't have it. He said no. He's like, it's just a traditionary custom thing, because he said he's been going to church since he was like, say 11, 12, and his parents would bring him there to it.
Right.
And he said when he went to another church and they just kind of gave the visitors like a pamphlet, like, hey, all right, cool, come back, and by the way, da.
Yeah.
And he didn't see them pray over them and stuff. And he was like, this is more of a prophet than a prayer.
Mm.
And when he said that bar to me, I was like, yeah, is it a prayer or is it a prophet?
Right.
So if the church feels more of like we're here for the prophet than a prayer aspect, then yeah, you lost me.
It's true. But then you have to look at the people, right? And say, do these people feel that this giving, especially if they're down to the last few dollars, is fulfilling them in some way, right? Where that's how their soul's getting refilled, or how they're feeling salvation.
I get what you're saying.
Or,
like their emotional
what I mean?
batteries being charged.
Right.
Right. And is it providing some kind of service? And now we're going to call it exploitive and so on and so forth, which may very well be the truth. But who am I to knock them if they want to give away? Maybe I should start a church. They want to give away their money. They want to give their money. And that's how they're getting salvation. Then, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
Amen, Brother Blue.
Yeah, you
Amen, Brother Blue.
you gotta just let them be. You gotta just let them be at that point.
Right. Right.
Okay. All righty. Let's get to the Axis Sons. Get ready to slide up out. You ready?
I'm ready.
First Axis Sons question comes from BullyNBlack. I'm going to pose this to Blue first. How far should you go to protect your place of employment?
As far as it takes for you to keep your employment. Anything beyond that is too much.
So if your job tells you we need you to sleep with somebody or you're losing your job.
Man, I pray for days like that. No, I'm kidding. I mean, to your mortal standards, like, yeah, of course, they would tell you go put a bullet in this guy's head to keep your job. You wouldn't, right? But I mean, as far as like, hey, should I work these extra hours to make my job more successful and make a bottom end better or make a profit or whatever it is? Not unless you get some value out of that in yourself, where you're trying to get a bonus or you're working towards learning something or it's an opportunity for you to drive ahead. Cool. It's like HR, right? People think HR works for them, but no, HR works for the company.
HR works for the company.
Yeah.
So like you got to treat it like that from all aspects. You know what I mean? My mom said the three people you need to be courteous to and treat with respect: people that clean up after you, people that feed you, and people that pay you. Right? They prep your food, they pay you, and they clean up or they clean up after you. Always be supremely kind to them and treat them with respect. But other than that, you gotta say, hey, do what you need to do to keep your job. Yeah, exactly. You're a number.
What about you, Smooth?
Yeah, I say to the point where, again, I feel like it's gonna benefit me. And it's not gonna cost me my moral ground. I think that's the point where I reach.
Yeah, same. I think if it's getting past to like an integrity moment for me, I think this is where I'm for doing things if it makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if it comes to encroach on my integrity, I think this is where we have a problem. I mean, like, you know what? This might not be the place of employment for me because I'm uncomfortable with whatever request they might have asked.
Right.
For it to be like, you know, some Diddy shit, whatever, like, you know, I'm out.
Have you ever been in that position where you refused because it just you weren't up to it? Or
no, so far no, because I want to say either I'm blessed or I'm just that bully on the block.
Right.
Because you don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate.
Get what you negotiate, yeah.
So a lot of the times and stuff, I'm like, yeah, no, that doesn't make sense. So if they're like, well, why don't we just force this on your department and you do this? I'm like, how about we do a 30-day trial and we'll see how this runs for 30 days. And if it doesn't work smooth or efficiently, we'll come right back to this table.
Right.
And a lot of times they don't like that conversation because they need somebody to bend over and just take everything, right? But I'm like, this is not a Diddy show. Again, I'm not taking that. I'm not. So we're gonna have to either come with the terms that I like, and some things you might like, and let's negotiate and come to a 5-point solution.
Come to a solution.
So that's for me. So I've been blessed like that, but I hear it from some people and stuff. Some of my people, my personal people and stuff. They're like, "Oh, we're not like you in our work and our positions and stuff like that." But I'm like, just have backbone, stand up for yourself, and don't disrespect anybody. Like what the three things you were saying. I agree. I'm not here to disrespect you, but you're asking a request of me that's I'm not comfortable with.
Yeah.
And if you don't like that and stuff, whatever, then see you in human rights court.
I've left places not knowing what's going to happen. Leaving that place.
Because you want your integrity and your morals to be intact.
Yeah.
1,000.
Fair.
Yeah, me too.
That's good.
100%.
Okay. Next question comes from Luckygirly. What is a moment that made you realize life isn't fair?
When that 26-year-old engineering student won the 60 million lotto.
Word. He's like,
I was literally going to say that, or when I saw OnlyFans existed. And I was like, damn, I wish I had cute feet.
Yeah.
I was like,
think
life's
it's the
not
only,
fair, man.
For me, I would wrap it around the OnlyFans aspect and stuff too, right?
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
I said this one day to a group of women, and one of them said to me and stuff specifically, they're like, oh, no one's gonna pay for penis, right?
Right.
No one's gonna pay for penis. So she's like, that Deuce Bigelow shit, all straight fictional movie, whatever, unless
Right.
you're gay. Because they're like, a gay man's not paying for penis, he's paying for booty. So you wanted to supplement your booty. Right? And I was like, no, that's not fair. And they said, life isn't fair.
Isn't fair. It's not.
But I'm like, but yeah, you women can go on anywhere, and they're like, yeah, they're hoping that he has a small package, close his eyes, like, oh, you're the greatest. Hopefully you have my $50,000 check when you bust that nut. And I was like, wow, not fair.
Not fair.
Not fair. So
Definitely, yeah.
the world. Lucky girly, you sound lucky. We not. Okay, last question comes from Eric88. What is something you wish people were more honest about when dating? You said,
That's a good because it's like, where do I start?
I'm trying to pick one. I'm trying to pick one over here. I'm trying to pick one.
Your
Okay,
name.
throw
Or they're
Julie
honest
at
about
you.
their damn name sometimes. Like, yo, hey, are you Julie or is it Jules? What is it? For me, I think honesty on what they're hoping to happen. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I want to, it's like, hey, I'm dating because of this, because I'm trying to get back out there after a long relationship. I'm dating because I've been looking for a partner for a long time to build a future with. I'm
Okay.
dating for, you know what I mean?
I like
Yeah.
that.
I mean, we're both
Because
honest.
you want
and
to
it-
make sure if you're dating somebody, you might not be the rebound person, so to speak.
Right.
Or you want to make sure she's fully choosing on like, I want to commit and see how far this goes compared to like, I'm just here for a free meal or foodie call.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe, and it could be that, right? Like, I mean, if it's like, hey, a foodie call is hilarious, holy. But the
Story time.
the idea that I might, in that moment, might be cool with that. Yeah, sure, perfect. This is exactly what I want. There's no subterfuge. There's no awkward moments where you try to make a move and then you're called this,
right.
or you know what I mean. It's just like, oh, okay, cool, and then you can make an informed decision right there. You don't have to be kind of beating around the bush and back and forth or whatever it is. Because I think that you can get to a lot more healthier conversations, relationships like that. Like, you know what I mean? I have tons of great, fantastic relationship with women friends because they know I'm the guy who's just going to be totally cool because I got my girl at home and we can chill out and have a thing. I'm not going to try to touch their leg. That's a joke they make all the time.
Right,
Don't try to touch my leg. Why guys always try to touch my leg? And they know I'm not that dude, right? So,
But what I've noticed, even as a man, like in that position, like in your position,
Mhm.
they want you more.
oh yeah, it's a great feeling.
It's a great
Wonderful.
feeling.
It's better than hitting. It's better than hitting, in my opinion. You got to be like Vanilla Sky, Tom Cruise, and Vanilla Sky. He calls himself a pleasure layer. You know what I mean? You just take. This is how the women get it.
Was
You
that
know,
the
when
movie
they
you got a fucked up face?
Yeah.
How you a pleasure maker with your face looking like this?
Right? But yo, us guys, we don't get those compliment boosts all the time, right? Like,
That is
don't
a
get me
very
wrong.
Right.
We
We
speak
spoke
about
about
that
that.
all
We
the
spoke
time.
about that.
We speak about it all
Harassment
the
stuff is completely different conversation. Don't get me wrong. Like the cat calls and stuff. Like I'm glad we don't have to go with that stuff. But like an honest, genuine, hey, you look great today. I love that dress. Love that shirt. We don't get that as much as we do. So it's great when they love us more when we're taking up. We can't have nothing to do. That's the compliments we take home.
there was a woman. there was a woman. This is recently and stuff, whatever, too. I thought our world was just conversation,
Right.
and no touching the leg, because this is what I was told that, oh, men always want to do this, that, and the third on women, and be like, no.
Right.
After Me Too, I slowed the fuck down.
Mm-hmm.
I want to keep my job, and Smooth already warned me.
Right.
Smooth said, do not catch a Me Too charge and ruin our podcast checks. So
I gave him the warning.
So I know what the deal is.
Mm-hmm.
The conversation, it was just conversation. Healthy conversation. Advice
Right.
to be great. And then I asked her about something I realized and stuff, whatever. Like I'm not getting no response. And then finally I got a text message. you didn't seem interested in me, so it doesn't make sense for us to follow each other on socials.
God damn.
Wow.
You know, the real question is, now what hints did she give you that she was interested? Because that'd be the killer, right? They
We talked about that
I promise you, I got no hints. I got no hint, but like I know they say men are oblivious, but I promise you, the only thing I even slightly remind of whatever is that, let's say this, she has a daughter, and her daughter like was birthday maybe a few days before mine, and then let's say this, she's. I'm not into space racism, but let's say she's a Capricorn or some shit like that. And then she brought it up and stuff, and she's like, oh, you're a Taurus like my daughter. You guys are like this, and this. I'm like, seems about right. So I guess she's probably hinting in like, hey, I'm digging the qualities. I'm okay. But I'm looking like, yeah, you weren't be specific. Be specific. Say you want penis. Like, yo, the hell?
So, but that's the point, right? If you was honest from the beginning and you were communicating both what you were looking for, you would have got around that, right?
Whoop-de-whoop.
And do it regularly. Do it regularly. If you feel yourself getting closer, reiterate it, right?
Yeah.
Mark, I don't know if you remember a time when we went to Riley's and Grouch was playing. Back this is like years back.
Decades ago.
Yeah, man.
Okay, yeah.
That night I ran into this this girl. She was wearing a cowboy hat, and we were beatboxing. And
yes,
you remember?
Yes.
At that time, I was doing
because she had a friend with her,
right? At that time, I was doing the graphic design stuff, right? So she was telling me about some project that she has. So I was like, oh, cool. I'm into graphic designs and so forth like that. And we exchanged.
This is before AI took jobs.
Before AI took jobs. So we exchanged numbers, and that's all I thought about it, right? So we got on the phone, couple conversations and so forth like that. We talked about the project, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then she proceeds to tell me that, hey, she's having a get together with a few of her friends and so forth like that. And I'm like, okay, so this time I'm in the West End. She's all clear out in Markham. So I'm like, that's a distance,
stretch.
That's a distance to travel by myself, right? So I was like, I had a friend of mine. She wasn't doing nothing. So I was like, yo, you want to roll to a party with me?
Lord.
She said yes. So me and the friend now go to the party, right? We're there. Girlie comes up. She sees me with the girl. She's like, hey, she's acting all cordial and everything. So I'm thinking everything is cool. I get home. I never hear from her again. I'm like, but I thought I was your graphics designer.
She has something else for you to design on. Picasso.
Mr. Science.
It's like I said, I know men we're oblivious, but let me say this. For the dating thing, I think the direction thing for me is, where do you really want this to go? Because you hit it dead on the nail. Because some people might be going through a break or coming off a breakup, trying to figure out some things. If I know exactly where it goes, and I'm like, you're just trying to get back out there. I'm not trying to lock in on nothing serious.
You're here for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah. I might just be okay with the food and the conversation.
Right.
And it could change, right? It could go like that for like 3-4 weeks, and all of a sudden, hey, now I'm interested in this. How are you feeling, right? Hey, I'm still kind of in the explore mode. Things are cool. I like to keep exploring for a little bit. Cool, right? Now maybe 6 months more. Okay, hey, it's been 9 months now. How are you feeling about us getting a little bit more serious? Oh no, I'm still whatever. Okay, I'm out at this point, so I'm looking for this now. Okay, cool, no problem. Let's keep it. If you ever want a foodie date already, let's hop on. And that's how you keep the good relationship, right? And that's the way it works.
No, huh?
I was like, you don't do exes. You exit at one point and never return.
I don't spend blocks. Yo, that's the argument they have. They cuss me for it. They cuss me for it all the time with it. They're like, oh, you think you're better than anybody? I'm like, yo, I don't spend blocks. Because I'm going to give you 100% when I'm there. And if it don't work out, I'm not giving you another 100%. That's for somebody else. There's too many single women out here. I'm sorry. To go give another woman the same chance again.
Fair enough.
What the hell? I don't spend blocks. You have the marvelous one in your presence. Enjoy it. A lot of things in life are temporary. Let's hope that I'm
true.
not
That's true.
for you. Sorry. It's not
Good
even
time,
cocky.
not
It's
luck, man.
confident.
Yeah, the fair facts.
Yeah.
It's what you want.
Facts.
Communicate that though, and it's totally fine. Anything anybody wants,
Absolutely.
as long as they communicate, makes sense. Then I
Absolutely.
can make an informed decision. That's why I think people really get mad is not having the ability to make a decision, right? That's why people. That's why especially women and men hate cheating, right? Because like you didn't give me. If you had, you probably heard about the that social media group that broke up. I forget. I don't know their names.
Oh, the
but, like,
couple.
girl,
The
the
influencer
girl who does all
couple.
the cartwheels and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, with the heels. And the argument was, oh, he cheated, whatever. But he supposedly went to her and was like, listen,
I want out.
Yeah.
I want out. I'm not dealing with this woman. And she was like, no, whatever. I wasn't really communicating, and I won't put it all on her, whatever. And he went out and did his thing. Maybe he shouldn't. But it's like, yo, I talked to you first, right? The same thing.
Right.
You could go to your girl and be like, yo, this is a girl I'm really feeling, whatever. And she can be making an informed choice. Hey, go and do your thing with that girl, or hey, go with that girl and don't come back. Or you never know. You might be able to test your luck. Who knows? Maybe like, yeah, sure, whatever. I know tons of couples who are like, hey, especially it's the thing in Japan too, I read where it's like sex workers, they don't consider that cheating because they know what that is. That's just like, you're going out having fun,
Oh,
whatever.
we need a Japanese lifestyle over here. I'm just joking.
Right? So, and there's a lot of cultures that are like that, and a lot of relationships that are like that. So, but a lot of them is communicating. If they lied about it now, that's
This
when
is where the
trust is
problem lies and
broken
stuff, whatever.
and
Yeah.
it really
Honesty
hurts.
is definitely the best
An
policy.
open marriage means being open.
Yeah, exactly. Honesty with tact.
What the hell?
Tact is important.
Is that on
Brutal
Sylvia?
honesty.
T-shirt?
It should be on a t-shirt.
Holy shit. I like that.
Right.
Well, what about you, Smooth? What do you think they should be more honest about dating when dating?
No, I think both of you hit it right on the nail. You should let you know your intentions. I think that is first and foremost. I'll throw finance in there. You know what I mean? I mean, don't act like you're balling if you're really not. Let me know how far my money has to go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, man. We are here. Blue, we appreciate you, man. Tell the people where to find you and stalk you.
Thank you very much for having me. Always a pleasure, folks.
Always.
You can find me on Instagram, Sean Watson, SeanWatson301. I promise I'll start posting more tech stuff there. I fell off for a little bit, got busy at work. I got a big trip to Hong Kong coming, so I'm hoping to hit a lot of robotic stores out there and check it out, give you guys a live look at it.
Please do.
And just do a lot more in the world of tech and keeping my people informed about what's going on, right? I want to be giving these tips. I want to be talking about what I see, do it at some of the highest levels. So I want my community to have access to that and understand that they're at a place where there's a ton of opportunity. If they have the discipline and the focus, they can pretty much do anything they want. This is a unique time in civilization for us to make it happen.
Yeah. I've been seeing some of the videos that you've been posting on the tech side, and yeah, that's good, man. Keep them coming, man.
We'll do. It's a promise.
Thank you. We appreciate you, man. Hit them with a Soul Say the Sons this week. A little words to the wise. Sending people on their way. Soul Say the Sons this week is nothing is too good for you, and start believing that. Soul Say the Sons. I mean, Blue basically broke it down on how to be not even a millionaire, but a thousandaire and stuff, even on the YouTube and stuff in this episode. So if you're hearing this piece, you better rewind and go back, because a lot of things people think is too far away for them to attain. And like you said, with this whole AI stuff, a lot of the gaps that they were missing and stuff is now filling in the gaps. Nothing is not too far, is too good for you or far away from you.
Right.
It's more closer than you think.
Yeah.
So just act and go for it.
And just to back up a thing that you said, don't mind feeling uncomfortable when you're in that mode, because that means you're entering new territory. It's going to be different. So you're going to feel uncomfortable, but don't mind that. And going back to what Blue said, you need to put the effort. You can't sit down and think that it's going to happen. You gotta work. These things, there's tools out there that, like you said, your boy said, what, 6-9 months, he said, he just sat down, locked in, and studied.
He can barely use a phone, and then he's doing his thing on YouTube, making some change.
That's him making that decision, right? So you make that decision and you lock in.
I believe, yes. So say the Sons. Once again, nothing is too good for you, and start believing that.
So say the Sons.
So say the Sons. We appreciate you, Blue. To the folks at home, like, comment, subscribe, all the above. We are here Send the questions, good questions. Keep them coming in. We appreciate you guys. Do remember to hit up Sean Watson. And yes, thank you for listening to Podical Sons. Remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. Peace and love. Y'all go be great out there.
Peace and love.
Peace.
The Podical Sons with Not Your Average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.